He was like, the only thing that you can do is win so big that all of them constantly compare themselves to you, and then you'll forget they exist. Success is the only revenge. He's like, it's not the best revenge. He's like, it's the only one. There's no other revenge.
The superpower of learning to be alone and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's critical, and I do think that these times where you just think about things, just be alone and think about things, are so rare these days. And I think during those rare times is when you really get to understand what you actually believe or don't believe.
That's why this has helped me coming out here and being locked in an apartment on my own, because there was no outsiders. It was isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean?
And you don't like people too, right?
I mean, it's not that I don't like people, it's just that to get to the level that you need to get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends.
Who was the most rich and famous person in 1743? Who knows and who cares? Same thing about us. 1,000 years from now, is anybody gonna know our name? No. Anybody gonna care? No. We're all gonna die. Does that mean that I'm worthless, I'm pointless, I'm meaningless? No, it means, and enjoy it. Life is full of all these irritations, things that go wrong, all the time. The lesson of life is to just say yes to whatever happens. Just, this is what happens. This is what needs to happen. And to not resist. I am smart enough that it's a good game. So, hey, just go with it.
If you're going to do it, do it. Say what you can do. Do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't over leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out. Come out the other side. Don't leave it and go, ooh, if I just would, that keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. When you half-ass something, you just don't know whether you failed or succeeded, got what you want or didn't get what you want. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it. I went all the way. I found out, and that ain't for me. Or I found out, and you damn right that is for me. That's a great place to get to.
Adults don't exist. Steve Jobs delayed 9 months of medical treatment of pancreatic cancer to try a carrot juice diet and acupuncture. Mozart overspent his income, lived miserably in mountains of debt, and regularly wrote letters to friends begging for money. Martin Luther King had extramarital affairs with over 40 different women, including spending his last night alive with 2 women and physically attacking another. Isaac Newton spent 30 years of his life writing 1 million words on the pseudoscience of alchemy, hidden for years by his heirs because they were too embarrassed to publish it. Don't put any adult on a pedestal. Kill your gurus, or a more useful belief, the adults aren't going to save you. They don't even exist.
You go higher, you go even more alone. Why? Because nobody is willing anymore to invest their energy in going higher, because it's becoming more difficult. So that means along this way, the higher you want to go, the more likely you're gonna walk alone. This is the next thing.
Like, it feels so painful because you're like, you look around to see who can help you, and then you're like, fuck, it's me again.
You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know for years. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it. More for you.
That it is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. But understand this, life is hard. To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts.
Like, and I promise you, every single person who wants to do something with their life and has done something with their life has gone through the exact chapter that you're going through. And it's the lonely chapter. It's the chapter where you you don't fit in with your own friends, but you don't have the outcomes yet to fit into a new group of friends. And you're doing this thing, you're consuming content on the internet, you're doing these free tutorials online to try and figure out how to set up a podcast and where do I host this thing? And then and you're going through this and you're like, is this even worth it? Because you have no signs of success, right? But if there's anything that you can take away from what we're saying right now, is that the sign of success is the hate that you get along the way. And what you can't do is bend the knee to their hate and fit back into the conformity because it's comfortable and it's warm. Because like in the Matrix, when Trinity opens the door, when Neo's about to go take the red pill and he wants to get out of the car, she says, Neo, you've been down that road and you know exactly where it leads. And I know that's not where you want to be. And then he closes the door. Like right now, this moment that you're going through is Trinity opening the door and being like, you could go back. But then you'd have to remember exactly what the reason was that you decided not to go out to begin with, just because you listen to this podcast and you consume this content, you're like, I can fucking do more than this. Like, because you are starting to live in some of that hell where you look in the mirror and you're like, I can do more. And you start to see the person that you could be. And you're like, this does start to feel like hell.
They say, oh, it's already okay here. Why you still want to move up there? The air is getting thinner over there. It's getting more hard to breathe. It's getting more dangerous, whatever. So that means along this way, the higher you want to go, the more likely you're gonna walk alone.
If I just played a great basketball game, had 40 points or whatever, I'm getting all this positive feedback from people who are at the game. My head's swelling up and everything. My parents would be the first people to tell me, hey, look, you played a great game, but there's no need for your head to get all big. There's no need for you to get cocky and think that the world owes you something. But and at the same time, when things are bad, things are going bad, they would come up to me and say, hey, you know, there's another day, the sun will come out tomorrow. It's time for you to move on and go for bigger sights, set some bigger goals.
If you think about the difference between winners and losers, winners define themselves by what they made happen, and losers define themselves by what happened to them. If you're 22 years old, like, the world does not hate you. You're just not good at anything yet. If you seek to be good at something, then you have a tremendous deficit in experience and repetitions that people who are ahead of you or who have achieved what you want to achieve have over you. Now, you do have an advantage. You have a couple. Number one is that you will have more energy than they do, period. Your ability to work long hours, sleep less, and maintain high levels of focus while maintaining peak fluid intelligence is at its peak. Use it. The second thing is that you have nothing to lose. And so the thing is people always fear being the new entrant. But when you have nothing going for you, it also means you have nothing to lose. And that means that every position on the board always has an advantage, because anybody who has achieved this big thing that you have was also once a 22-year-old who had nothing going for them.
And you're at zero. You can't get worse than this.
You have unlimited shots on goal. And so not taking the shot is like saying, life, I don't want to scratch off this lottery ticket, but the lottery ticket's free.
I hate negative people. If you're negative, you got to get away from it. If I have an idea, the first thing you want to talk about is the problems with it, then we got an issue. There's a time to talk about problems, but not while I'm dreaming.
But if there's one piece of advice I can give to anyone that's watching this video, it's stay fucking delusional.
One day you're gonna wake up, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, go about your business. And sooner or later, you're gonna realize you haven't thought about it, none of it. And that's the moment you realize you can forget. When you know that's possible, it all gets easier.
Why not you?
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion.
Because delusion is only delusional when you don't accomplish the goal of making your delusions a reality.
Right. When I had nothing, I already knew I was driving like Ferraris and Porsches and stuff because I always wanted those cars.
Which probably got you a lot of crap.
I did. People made fun of me.
I'm sitting here holding the steering wheel, visualizing a brand new car and visualizing good things in times of struggle.
It's always in my head. I'm always thinking about it.
Inside, you know it's gonna happen. Even if it's a delusion, you really know it's gonna happen.
The very fact you can see it is all the proof you need to know you could get it.
You can have, do, or be anything you want.
And I pray that all of you guys can make big purchases like this. I know you all can. Manifestation is so real.
We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is.
It's 2025.
And that's it, I'm just curiously fascinated with it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape. in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day, every day of life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a, you know, that's unhealthy. That beats your mind. I don't work. I love what I do. And that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me, because I love it.
You don't feel like working out? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't feel like working out. It doesn't matter. It's not part of the calculation. Discipline overrides that. You need to let discipline be your guide, not how you feel.
Understand that you're no different from anyone who is living your current dream life, and that you're fully capable of doing it yourself.
There are a million ways to die. Only 2 ways to live. Rich or poor. Don't get me wrong, I'm not apologizing for a damn thing. But when I look at my life, I don't see no other way.
See yourself mentally. You've been given the faculties to do that. Use your imagination. See yourself already in possession of the good you desire.
To fall asleep, you must first
Pretend to be asleep.
That's how it works.
The first million is hard, but the second million is inevitable. And of course, the reason for that is this. As Jim Rohn used to say, he said,
set a goal to become a millionaire. Here's why. For what it will make of you to achieve it. Set a goal that'll make you stretch that far. For what it will make of you to achieve it. Once you become a millionaire, you can give all the money away. It's not what you get that makes you valuable, it's what you become that makes you valuable.
Every little comment, every small setback, if it all gets under your skin, you're giving away your power. The truth is, the most unshakable people don't have fewer problems, they've just mastered how they react.
The brain does not know the difference between the outside world event and what you're imagining in your mind. To the brain, it's exactly the same.
Sit down, relax completely, and begin to visualize the life you truly want. See yourself living it, not someday, but now. Then write it down in the present tense. I am so happy now that. Read it each day, carry it with you, and let the idea settle into your being. Every great teacher through history has pointed to one truth.
We become
what we think about. It may seem like a fantasy at first, maybe even a lie, but if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it. Our thoughts control our feelings control our actions.
It boils down to the idea that if you're able to conceive it and believe it, well then, you can achieve it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, what's up?
Question for you.
Yeah.
Is this your Rolls Royce?
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living out here in Tampa to be able to afford a Rolls Royce?
I am a consultant, business consultant.
Are you an entrepreneur?
I am definitely an entrepreneur.
How long have you been a business owner for?
I've been a business owner for 39 years.
And can I interview you real quick?
Sure.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Most amount of money I've ever made in a single year, $15 million.
$15 million?
Yeah.
Have you ever been broke before?
I was broke for the first part of my life. Then I made millions of dollars, and then I was broke again. And now we've set it up in such a way that that doesn't happen anymore.
What separates middle class from wealthy people in today's world?
Poor people and middle class people feel like everything's expensive because they pay for everything with money they've exchanged their time for, and they feel like they're paying for everything with their life because they are. Wealthy, creative entrepreneurs like yourself, like myself, we pay for things according to our creativity. In other words, we create an offer to pay for everything we buy, so everything costs the same amount.
If you'll say before you go to sleep, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me tomorrow. And if you'll say when you get up in the morning, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. And if all day long you say, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me, you'll find that as you go to sleep the next night, and try this today, it's a very powerful exercise. It sounds a little bit corny, but it's a very powerful exercise. If you'll try it, you'll find that when you go to sleep, you will not be able to think of all the wonderful things that happen to you. You'll just be surprised that your parking spaces will open up and friends will call and you'll get checks in the mail. Just your life will be a series of really positive, happy experiences.
I remember when I was in high school, I would wake up super freaking early because I was in California on PST. I would wake up at like 4 a.m. I would get in a cold shower and I would be in there and I'm like, I'm a profitable trader. I'm a millionaire. I'm driving a Lambo. I'm like saying all this crazy shit. And it sounds crazy at first, but then if you repeat those things over and over and over again, you're going to eventually just start taking actions that kind of confirm those things. And then eventually you kind of turn into that person that you want to be.
But it all starts with being delusional enough to understand that you are capable of doing it, and delusional enough that you will make it happen.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
You are what you think about. Everything that you think about, you become. You become what you think about. Thoughts lead to actions. Actions lead to behaviors. Behaviors leads to lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your destiny.
So everything begins in the mind. If you can control and wield your mind, you can very much determine your destiny. Broke people and successful people are both self-made, but only the rich and successful will admit it. They're the only ones that will admit it. The person that's broke, that's struggling, it's hard for them to admit that they are there because of the way that they think. Control your mind, and you control your future.
All the stars are here, look.
Oh, no way. The walk, what's it called? The Walk of Fame?
Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hollywood Walk of Fame, nice. I couldn't give a at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, yeah? How about that? I'm not looking to get my name on no Hollywood Walk of Fame, you know what I mean?
I hear that, bro.
I'm looking to get that belt. Well, to be honest, I'm not even looking at getting that belt, because in my mind, I already have the belt. The belt is already mine. I carry myself like I have the belt.
You've got to assume that it's already happened. You've got a picture of it in your mind. Mentally, it's already happened. It's happened because I've got the idea in my conscious mind. If I didn't have the idea in my conscious mind, I couldn't talk to you about it. The very fact I can talk to you about it means that I've already got it. Then I've got to get emotionally involved in it. I'm already emotionally involved in the goal that I've got. I've got it intellectually, I've got it emotionally.
You are a mental creature. The only thing that makes you truly unique is your mind. Everything else you have in common, your mind is what makes you unique. Your body simply carries your mind around.
If you visualize before, you will be more prepared for that moment.
I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get here. They didn't. There was a lot of stressful years. You know what I mean? A lot of tough times. But I proved them wrong. I proved myself right.
Are you not visualizing the fight?
Yeah, always.
You are.
I always visualize my fight. I know, okay, this happened, I'm gonna do this, everything.
The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Why? It's because the rich think about wealth and affluence all the time. And what do the poor think about? The poor think about lack, loss, and limitation, risk, danger, fear, failure all the time. So if you want to unlock your potential, you have to keep your mind on what you want. Dwell continually on the results you desire.
Man, listen, pay attention, guys. It's 1,700 millionaires created every single day. Any one of us can be one on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Fun fact, I became one of those millionaires on a Tuesday, a random Tuesday. Wasn't special, wasn't a holiday, it was a random Tuesday. So if I know I can do it, you can do it as well, because nothing about me fit the millionaire description, right? I was just a lazy guy working a job that was only paying me $8 an hour. Until I said, I have to do something, I have to change my life. So I don't want nobody to think that this is just something that's made for only a few people in the world. Yes, it's the top 1%, but remember, 99% of people either don't know or not trying to actually become an active millionaire. So remember, 1,700, and you can be one any day of the week. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody came to save me.
Well, I always knew that I would be successful. It was never a question of whether or not I would be successful. It was just a matter of time. And you're born with the feeling that you're special. I know that sounds, and this isn't bold or anything.
Yeah,
I mean, you really have a feeling that you are here for something, and some people don't have that feeling. And when you have that feeling, you know. And it's a matter of just pacing yourself and learning as much as you can learn until the time comes when you're out there. And
your dreams have to be bigger than all your fears. See, that's why you have to have big dreams, because your dreams have to be bigger than all your fears and all your consequences. What makes people go back is you dream too small. See, your problem in life ain't if you aim too high and you miss it. Your problem in life is if you aim too low and you hit it. You messed up now. So when you aim to the moon and you miss, you still amongst the stars. So it kind of keeps you motivated a lot longer, man, to help you push through. Because everybody's gonna have to have a push through moment.
When I had nothing, I already knew I was driving like Ferraris and Porsches and stuff because I always wanted those cars. I mean, I used to work in a video store, and I used to carry an auto trader with me to read on my brakes. And I used to look at Porsches that were for sale. Yeah. And people always used to ask me, what are you doing with that Auto Trader magazine? I'm like, well, I'm just picking out the Porsche that I'm going to buy.
Which probably got you a lot of crap.
I did. People made fun of me. And that actually happened. And the great thing was, when I pulled up in this car, it was a Porsche 911, what I always dreamed of having. When I finally got it and I pulled up at the store, you know, I had all these people, some people that were still working at this $7 an hour job were there years after I left. And I'll never forget this, even the boss and stuff, and the reaction of the people was like, wow, that is awesome. Yeah. Is that your dad's car? And all I said to them was, not exactly, And I just smiled and just left.
Frank Sinatra said one time, the best revenge is massive success.
I would rather work 80 hours a week to make $50K and work for myself than have a $75,000, $100,000 job working for somebody else.
Do you see, a lot of people believe that you got to be really smart to earn a lot of money. You don't have to be really smart to earn a lot of money at all. People think you earn money going to work. That's absurd. It's paper. This is not money. This represents money. This is an instrument that represents money. Money is an idea. It's an idea. It's a medium of exchange that we trade for other people's products or services. And if we want more money, we can earn it. It is not that hard. The earning of money is it's governed by an absolute law. Think this whole universe operates by law. Winter never follows winter. If I drop this, it's going to go down. It cannot go up. That's an absolute law. Your perception of this and how to get this, how to earn this, and earn it in abundance has to change if you really want to earn more money. Perception.
It has been proven now scientifically that an affirmative thought is hundreds of times more powerful than a negative thought.
Maybe it can, if you are willing to guide it, to nurture it, to believe in it.
But how? How? I need your help, Master.
No, you just need to believe.
Life is going to work out perfectly for you. All the right things are going to happen to you in your life. All the right people are going to enter your life, and all the wrong people are going to leave in your life. You're going to have a beautiful home in your life. You're going to have a great career throughout your life. You're going to waken up every day of your life next to the love of your life. You're going to have leisurely Sundays and terrific holidays. You're going to travel and see the world. You're going to meet incredible people in your life who can help, and who you will help in ways that you could never have believed possible. You're going to be recognized as a hugely successful person and appreciated for this ability you have to help others. Please don't worry. Your life is going to work out perfectly. Now, I suggest that you read this to yourself every morning and last thing at night over the next 6 months, and the change that will happen to you will be unbelievable.
If you just happen to see this video, then you are going to be a millionaire. Say these affirmations for 7 days and watch how much money comes your way. My mind is worth millions. I don't work for money. Money works for me. I am always at the right place at the right time. My name is spoken of amongst the most successful people. Every penny I spend is returned to me tenfold, and I get paid to exist.
Affirmations work. I have an affirmation that I've used for a long time. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this experience, only good will come. And I am safe. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. And I am safe.
If you're not setting a big goal, so big and so unrealistic that people laugh at you, you need to go back to sleep and get a bigger dream and wake up with some passion in your life and start chasing it. Now is the time to step up. Quit living this safe, comfortable, boring, average life. Do something that scares you. Do something that's going to make you alive.
If I can do that for 3 more days, I'll be very happy, and a victory would be awfully nice too.
A victory. To me, that comes off as a little cocky or brash.
Well,
when you come out here, you know what I'm saying, your first pro tournament, you say, I can win.
Oh, I understand that. I've always figured that why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win? That's the attitude I've had my entire life, and that's the attitude I will always have. As I would explain to my dad, second sucks, and third's even worse. That's just a feeling.
But on tour, that's not too bad sometimes, though.
That's not too bad, but I want to win. That's just my nature.
You'll learn. You'll learn. I have learned something. I think you're better than I thought you'd be.
Thanks.
Are you better than you thought you'd be?
This early, yes.
Realize true freedom is not caring what others think or say about you, because the more you worry about others' opinions, the more you become their prisoner.
When you speak of your poverty and lack of education, Mr. Carnegie explained, you are simply directing your mind power to attract these undesirable circumstances. Because it is true that whatever your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts to you. All success begins with definiteness of purpose, with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want from life. Write down a clear description of your major desire in life, the one circumstance or position or thing which you will be willing to accept as your idea of success. And remember before you begin writing that your only limitations are those which you set up in your own mind or permit others to set up for you. And 2, on page 2 of your notebook, write down a clear statement of precisely what you intend to give in return for that which you desire from life. And then start in right where you stand now to begin giving. And 3, memorize both of your statements, what you desire and what you intend to give in return for it. And repeat them at least a dozen times daily. And always end your statements with this expression of gratitude for the blessings with which you were gifted at birth. I ask not, O divine providence, for more riches, but more wisdom with which to accept and use wisely the riches I received at birth in the form of the power to control and direct my mind to whatever ends I desire.
One of the most powerful affirmations you can do is to look in the mirror every time you see yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I really, really love you.
It's a scary place to be when everyone around you is telling you how good you're doing, and then when you are alone by yourself at night, you look in the mirror and you don't feel like you're doing anything.
You only live once. You best go for it. What is there to lose? At the end of the day, we all die anyway. So might as well go down trying.
You ever notice when you take a wrong turn on Google Maps, it doesn't scream at you? It doesn't say, you idiot, you failed. It just says, recalculating, and gives you another route. That's business, that's life. You mess up, cool, reroute. Maybe that wrong turn saves you from a worse crash. Maybe that detour taught you what the straight path never could. Maybe that scenic route was the exact view you needed to keep going. So stop yelling at yourself like you're lost forever. You're not behind. You're just recalculating. And guess what? You're still going to get there.
The more you commit yourself to becoming the best person you can be, the more you like yourself and respect yourself. The more energy you have, the bigger goals you set for yourself, the more you persist.
Now, if I could tell you one thing that would make you more money than anything else in the world, it is this. It is that the faster you are, the more money you will make. That your bank account is actually a reflection of how fast you move. I was sitting with one of my mentors, Bill Perkins. I asked him, Bill, you know, you're worth a lot of money. You've made hundreds of millions of dollars. You've given away tens of millions of dollars to charity. Why do you think you've been so successful? And he kind of looked at me and he thought for a second, and he said, I move really fast. By the time somebody else has thought about an idea, taken it to investment committee, I've already started, made 3 mistakes, and found a better way.
Speed always wins. Before you think, okay, I've heard this a million times, I don't think enough people understand the importance of speed. What is speed? Speed is getting as many things possible done every single day that get you towards your goal.
If you can't sit still and ignore your notifications and focus on one task for 8 hours straight, never expect to build something great. The biggest risk to your future, my future, anyone's future isn't our competition. It's the distractions that we insist on keeping in our lives rather than doing the things that we know we should be doing but aren't.
You want to make more money? Perfect. Clock in. If you want to become more financially literate, you're going to have to pick up the books and get educated. If you want a better physique, you're going to have to eat healthier food and you're going to have to exercise. Not focused on the future, but focused on what you can do today. And by natural law, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
And I'm going to be very, very hard on this one. Only risk takers win. By definition, if you are the same as everybody else, if you're not taking a risk over and above what everybody else is taking, by definition, you can't win. If you're doing exactly what everybody else is doing, how can you possibly win? You have to be different to win. You have to take risks.
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible. That's how you beat the fucking odds. That's how you create something worth living or dying for. When you truly believe, everything else will figure itself out.
You know, I got a special talent.
Yes, you do. And it takes talent to make money, but it takes brains to keep it, Miles.